And we've got ourselves some fog across a good portion of southeastern Kansas and showers. We'll take a look at all that in the forecast to get you out the door coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 5 a.m. I'm Samantha Walker.
I'm Chris Warner. It is now the day after Christmas, and so quick piece of information. Today is not the day to do any, post-holiday shopping. I'm sure a lot of folks got gift cards for Christmas. I got a couple. Today's not the day to do it because all the returns are going to be happening. So the stores are going to be just as busy today as they were before Christmas.
Not the time to try and brave Walmart.
No, it's certainly, there are times, it doesn't matter what time of year it is. Sometimes it's just dangerous to try and brave Walmart on any day.
And I don't know, just walking outside, I didn't want to brave Walmart, just seeing all that fog and wet.
Oh yeah, the fog has shifted this morning. So you remember, of course, you weren't here yesterday morning, but I'm sure you saw the fog yesterday, really dense on the Missouri side. That has now switched to the Kansas side, and we're going to show you all of that. First, with a look outside from downtown Pittsburgh. So not super dense in Pittsburgh itself, but you can see it is a bit foggier than what it was yesterday. And then we head down to Joplin, and not nearly as foggy as it was yesterday. In fact, looking pretty good so far. However, we do have some dense fog out there, and we're going to show you that in a moment. MoDOT camera 20th and range line, you can see there is some fog in Joplin, but not again like it was yesterday. Also, we have rain showers. They are very scattered, very isolated. We've got a lot of drizzle out there too, and of course the drizzle, it's too light to show up on radar, so we're not going to see it. But we have had some actual decent showers. I ran through a couple on the way in, nothing too bad, but it did lead to some slick spots on the roadway, so do make sure you're slowing down out there. We have dense fog advisories this time across a much broader portion of the area. Now remember, we've talked about this part too. There are 5 National Weather Service offices that cover our area altogether. So all of these have different expiration times. In Missouri, they run through 9 o'clock this morning. Benton County and Northeast Oklahoma, they run until 10. And in the Southeast Kansas, they run until noon today. And here's why. Take a look. We're talking virtually the entire state or the entire part of Southeast Kansas. And I know this fog is going to stretch beyond that. Significantly reduced visibilities. 0 in Iola, 0.2 of a mile in Chanute, 4 in Fredonia and Yates Center, as well as Independence. Fort Scott at 0.5 mile with Sedan. Pittsburgh, you've got the best visibility in the state of Kansas right now, or at least in our region, at 1.8 miles. So this is the 69 corridor and points to the west. Very dense fog. Same in Miami, parts of I-44. So if you're traveling, once again, maybe you're headed home or you're getting ready to start that commute, you got to slow down. Low beams, not your high beams. And remember, these dense fog advisories run until noon. So like yesterday, this fog may stick around for a hot minute or two. So please be careful out there. On to the future track we go. Scattered showers. And this is a great example of scattered showers. They're not everywhere all at once, but they're here and over here and down that way. And we could even get a rumble of thunder, especially into our Missouri counties. No severe weather. There's a severe threat, but it's well to our south and east across Arkansas and Louisiana. But you could get a rumble of thunder or two out there as we go through today into the overnight hours with those showers. 49 in Joplin right now, 46 in Pittsburgh, and across the region, temperatures, they're chilly, but not too bad so far. We got low, mid, upper 40s, and even some 50s and some low 50s out there as well. We are looking at highs a bit better today, mid to upper 50s, and we'll have those rain chances all day and into the overnight hours as well. We do have some more rain possible this weekend. We'll talk about that, plus how the new year is shaping up here in just a few more minutes. Samantha?
Thanks, Chris. Multiple agencies were alerted to a rollover crash early Christmas morning. Just before 12:15 a.m., Eric Drapow of Joplin was traveling eastbound on Highway HH, taking the on-ramp to Missouri 171 when his SUV rolled over, ejecting Drapow from the vehicle. He was taken to Mercy Joplin, where he was later died of his injuries. To be the first to see breaking news, weather, and sports, download the KOAM News app. It's available free of charge in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Just search for the KOAM News app. Communities come together with kindness and compassion to provide a warm meal, hoping that no one has to spend the holiday alone or hungry. In these shared moments, the true spirit of Christmas is felt. community meals are more than just an act of charity, but a reminder to care for one another. Lonnie Walton shares the story from a Christmas dinner in Neosho, Missouri.
Deliver nearly 300 meals before we ever start serving the public like we're doing right now.
Mark Taylor is the general manager of KNOE Radio, the one responsible for organizing this event for the public. He says people come from all over town for this event. Some come just to be with others.
Sometimes people ask us to come get them or bring them here so they can just have somebody to talk to.
And finding someone to talk to is exactly what these guests like to do.
I love the music, and I always get to say hi to Roberta.
I'm here just to see the community, so share my blessings with others.
Good time of year, see so many people that you don't normally see. You get to pray with some of them.
And we met one customer who says the food is great, but it touches him in a more sentimental way.
Because of Jesus Christ, this is what it's all about. When you come to Jesus Christ, something changes on the inside of you.
And that's a story that many others at this dinner agree with.
It's, about Jesus and what, the gift that we have, through him.
I'm in to share a meal with the community and give thanks to God.
Reminiscent on Christ and what he's done for us.
Taylor says that's what this community is all about. People helping others.
Sometimes whole family units come in here to work, and bus tables and kids will be working of all ages.
And we found someone who believes they really know the true meaning of Christmas.
For unto us a son is given. His name will be called Wonderful, Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. That's why we celebrate Christmas Day.
Reporting in Neosho, I'm Lonnie Walton, KOAM News.
Taylor says none of the food will go to waste. His team plans on delivering to first responders and the jail. And in Joplin, the Salvation Army of Jasper and Newton County spread holiday cheer with their annual Christmas dinner. They provide meals for about 150 folks every day during the year, but yesterday was particularly special. They get to enjoy pies from Granny Schaefer's, and each kid who enters gets a present. Deliveries of yesterday's meals were also sent to some residents who are homebound.
Well, we're so thankful we have a staff that helps. We have a head cook, and he prepares the meals every day. We have lots of volunteers that help serve it, help clean up, work in the dish room. It takes a lot of people to make it happen, but we have an amazing team.
Each person was also given a cake kit to make at home for their birthday. That's a look at this morning's top news stories and weather in our first 7 minutes. Coming up on the KOAM Morning News. The Kansas City Chiefs try to clinch the #1 seed in the AFC. We'll have the details. Plus, Notre Dame celebrates its first Christmas Eve Mass for the first time in 5 years. And we're tracking dense fog this morning. We'll have what to expect with Chris Warner in the Skywatch Weather Center. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back.
Well, yesterday afternoon, the Kansas City Chiefs tried to wrap up the #1 seed in the AFC and a first-round bye in the playoffs as they're in Pittsburgh taking on the Steelers. Christmas Day football between the Chiefs and the Steelers. First quarter, Kansas City already up 6-0, and Patrick Mahomes lets one go way down the field. That's caught by Justin Watson inside the Steeler 20-yard line. A couple of plays later, Mahomes rolls out, finds Watson again, this time for an 11-yard touchdown. Chiefs up 13-0. Second quarter, Steelers trying to get back into it. Russell Wilson keeps on a bootleg, dives for the pylon, and he's in. It's now 13-7. We skip ahead to the fourth quarter. Chiefs up 16-10. Kareem Hunt is going to get the handoff from 2 yards out and barrels into the end zone. And the lead is back up to 2 scores. Less than a minute later, though, Russell Wilson is going to find Pat Freiermuth. Trent McDuffie knocks the ball free, and Nick Bolton falls on it. It's a huge takeaway by the Chiefs' defense. And then that is going to lead to this. Mahomes throws his third touchdown of the afternoon, this time to Travis Kelce. With that catch, he now holds the Chiefs franchise record for career receiving touchdowns with 77. Chiefs win 29-10. They lock up a first-round bye in the playoffs. And in the locker room postgame, here's Andy Reid dressed up in a Santa suit after a big win on a short week.
Nags with his game plan, putting this thing together on a short week. Now, that's a tough thing to do. And those guys, when they had free time, which it wasn't a lot, they made sure they got a solid game plan, as did Spags with his crew and coaches. I just think all the coaches did a nice job, and then the players buying into it on a short week and studying to make sure that they weren't flopping around out there. I thought they were very diligent with that.
With the win yesterday afternoon, the Chiefs have now secured the #1 seed in the AFC and the all-important first-round bye in the playoffs. So here's a look at the rest of the AFC playoff picture. After the Chiefs win, but prior to the second end of the Christmas doubleheader in Houston, the Chiefs could essentially get 2 bye weeks if they want to rest their starters for their regular season finale. As is tradition on Christmas Day, we also get treated to some NBA action. 5 different games take place around the day yesterday afternoon into the evening. Got treated to an offensive shootout at Madison Square Garden. Has become the norm in the NBA, but the Knicks win 117-14 despite 42 points and 18 rebounds from Spurs rookie Victor Wembanyama. Elsewhere, the Timberwolves beat the Mavericks 105-99 in Dallas. Still to come, whooping cough cases in the U.S. are the highest they've been in a decade. Plus, we'll talk about those rain chances and that weekend forecast when we come back. Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News, 5:16 now on this Thursday morning. And this time we have dense fog advisories for more than just 2 counties out there, because this time we got a lot more dense fog, especially in the southeast Kansas. So, as we've talked about, again, 5 different weather service offices cover our viewing areas. So we have varying expiration times for these. Missouri, these dense fog advisories run through 9 a.m. Benton County and into northeastern Oklahoma, they run until 10 a.m. And the ones in southeast Kansas run until noon today. And this is why. Take a look at this dense fog, and really the 69 corridor and points west, visibility is extraordinarily low. So you need to slow down. Low beams, not your high beams. Give yourself time to get where you're going. I know some folks maybe had yesterday off, but they got to get back to work today. If you're working in the morning, you want to be cautious. You want to make sure that you're prepared either to leave a little early, or hopefully your bosses are understanding if you're a few minutes late, because it's better to be a little late than not arrive at all. But this dense fog does stretch down into northeastern Oklahoma. Miami, Nawada, reduced visibilities. We got 0 in Iola at this point. And again, at least in terms of this section, Pittsburgh has the best visibility at 1.8 miles, but we still have patchy fog even into Missouri. It's just not nearly as dense on this side as it was yesterday. Got some showers out there as well, so we're going to start into southwestern Missouri. So from Stockton back into the eastern portions of Vernon County, we got some light showers just to the west of Lamar as well. On 160 we've got some, and then down way southwest of Greenfield we have a few as well. On to the Kansas side, we had some in Cherokee County earlier. That's what's lifting now into southwestern Barton County, a couple of sprinkles north of Pittsburgh. And we have a few showers on I-44 just around the Veneta area and stretching back into parts of Craig County. So we have a few isolated showers out there. They'll become a bit more scattered through the day, and they'll continue to lift in. Take a look back down I-44. You go down the Will Rogers Turnpike just south. That's where more of those showers are as they continue to push into the area. And that's what the future track shows as well. By noon, scattered showers. So like yesterday and the day before, you may get rain for a minute, then it'll stop. Then it starts again. Or you may be getting rain here and the community, just down the road isn't getting rain, but that's why we call it scattered showers. Those rain chances pick up just a wee bit as we head in the late evening and overnight, and we could even have a rumble of thunder or two, especially on the Missouri side. There's a severe threat, but it's well to our south and east, so nothing we need to worry about, but we could get a thunderstorm or two late tonight and early tomorrow morning. Now for Friday, the bulk of the day, it is cloudy once again, but we are dry. It'll be once we head into the later afternoon and evening hours, we'll get another round of some scattered showers out there. Those will clear out early on Saturday, and then Saturday is mostly cloudy before we look like we have at least a slight opportunity for some additional scattered showers, and if you saw here, maybe even a couple of thunderstorms and be warm enough. But again, no severe weather is expected at any point with any of the thunderstorm activity. We're sitting at 49 in Joplin. Winds are calm and visibility in the city is reported at about 5 miles. Temperatures this morning a bit on the cool side, but not too bad. We've got low, mid, and upper 40s and even some low 50s as you head a little further off to the south. Through the morning hours, here we go. Fog, showers, temperatures though warming this time, not just holding steady, but getting a little warmer. We're into the low 50s by 11 a.m. with highs today for most of us heading into the upper 50s. Southeast winds 5 to 10, and again, cloudy skies with those scattered showers. Into tonight, scattered showers, cloudy temperatures. It's another slow drop because of the clouds out there, and we'll fall back eventually into the upper 40s. Now, next week, things have already changed. They're going to change again, and I guarantee you that they will. Could have a few evening showers on Saturday, as we talked about. Otherwise, not a bad weekend, not a bad Monday either. New Year's Eve, though, temperatures start to drop. Now, as you see here, it also says sunny, and yesterday we had wintry mix. We're still looking at some long-range data, and there's a lot of disagreement on exactly what's going to take place, but we are looking at potentially active weather in terms of both thunderstorm activity and the possibility of winter weather. It's a lot we're going to watch, and we'll keep an eye on it for you as we head into next week. In the meantime, though, the one thing that is for sure as we head into 2025 is going to get much colder to start the new year. That's Check Your Forecast. We'll be back with Health Watch right after this.
Topping Health Watch this morning. Whooping cough has been surging in the U.S., and it doesn't look to be slowing down. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, there have been 32,000 cases reported so far this year. That's about 6 times more than there were this time last year. Whooping cough can be serious for all ages, but children younger than 1 are particularly sensitive. Vaccination is the best way to protect against the contagious respiratory illness. Symptoms are similar to the common cold, but a painful body cough can develop that can last for weeks or months. When the weather outside is frightful, it might feel better to stay inside, but psychologists warn after a while, this can take a toll on your mental health. There are some things you can do to fight off the winter blues. Experts advise regularly scheduling time to spend with family and friends can give you something to look forward to. If you can't meet up in person, you can call or video chat instead. Finding a new hobby or project to work on can also help. With extra time to hunker down, now is the perfect opportunity to pick up something you've always wanted to try. And feeling if loneliness ever start impacting your daily life, reach out to a mental health professional. While the snow and ice that typically go hand in hand with the winter months can be magical, they can also prove hazardous to millions, especially older adults. Health experts are sharing more on what triggers the risks and what you can do to keep yourself from falling. Marianne Rafferty reports.
As winter rages on, snow and ice can create unsafe outdoor conditions, especially for seniors. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, falls are the leading cause of injury for folks 65 and up.
The bigger problem is what happens after the fracture, and that mortality risk for an elderly person is markedly higher than for a younger individual.
The odds of suffering bone fractures from falling also increase as we age.
When you're younger, all of your various soft tissues in your body are designed to absorb energy. And in addition, there's damage accrual that occurs in your bones over time that, as a younger person, your body is designed to repair that damage. But as you age, those mechanisms slow.
But aging isn't the only factor that can impact bone quality.
Alzheimer's disease, Down syndrome, these disease states have an impact on the skeleton, and sometimes skeletal weakness can be, again, a marker for the underlying disease before the disease itself is really prominent.
Preventing injuries starts by minimizing risks.
If it's icy, don't walk outside. If you're taking down your Christmas tree, maybe call your son over to help you lug it out the front door.
And health experts say there's plenty of methods to screen for bone health.
It's what's known as a DEXA scan. It's a bone scan. It's the gold standard. It's present in literally every clinic in the country. It's cheap, it's fast. There are blood tests that can reveal metabolic issues with your bones.
Safety advocates say awareness is important as the CDC reveals 1 in 4 older adults report falling every year.
That's a look at some of today's top health stories. You're watching the KOAM Morning News.
And we've got some patchy fog out there, dense fog across parts of Kansas and Oklahoma. We'll have an electric forecast and no shower chances when we come back.
Right now at 5:30, we check out a funny interaction between a 4-year-old and a deputy that's gone viral.
And we've got some dense fog out there. We also have some rain showers out there as well. We'll talk about all of that in the forecast to get you out the door coming up.
Plus, the Dallas County Jail made a big arrest just in time to save Christmas.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 5:30. I'm Samantha Walker.
And I'm Chris Warner. It is now Thursday, December the 26th. We have one more holiday kind of to get through this year into next year.
Looking into New Year's Eve, New Year.
Yeah, we're not that far away from 2025 now. Where's the time gone?
I feel like it's just gone so quick.
It really, Elise and I have talked about this too. This whole year has just flown by, it seems. It's been a wild year at that too.
Well, yeah, I mean, just looking back and I'm like, a lot has happened. A
lot has happened in a short amount of time. So hopefully 2025 will be great. Hopefully your Christmas was great as well. And if you're heading home this morning or maybe just heading back to work, you need to slow down because we got some fog to contend with out there this morning. Quick look outside our camera in downtown Pittsburgh, and you can see it's somewhat foggy. It's not that bad in Pittsburgh, especially compared to immediately west of your location, which we'll show you in just a moment. But you can see there is some fog. We have the wet roadways. We're getting drizzle, and remember on the Skywatch Storm Tracker, drizzle's not going to show up. It's not heavy enough. 7th and Range Line, Joplin. Roads are wet, but right now precipitation has stopped falling, but we do have some fog out there. You can see on the MoDOT camera 20th and Range Line, but now again it's all shifted. We've got that fog off into Kansas and Oklahoma instead of on the Missouri side of things. We got a few stray showers out there stretching along this line, so if I-44 didn't turn, if it continued north and east, you could just kind of follow that right now as to where the showers are, and we're getting a few more just south of the Will Rogers Turnpike that'll continue to lift off to the north and to the east. We also have dense fog advisories, and as we've mentioned, 5 different Weather Service offices cover our viewing area, so we have different times for all of these. In Missouri, and we've seen some of these that look like we pulled back, but the others in Missouri, Mary Lawrence McDonald County running until 9 a.m., Benton County, and then Northeast Oklahoma, they run until 10 a.m., and then in Southeast Kansas, these run until noon. And take a look at the fog tracker. Look at Kansas and Oklahoma. Just blanketed in dense fog at that. We're not talking yesterday where we had, some reduced visibilities. We're talking 0 visibility in Iola, significantly reduced. Fort Scott, Yates Center, Chanute, Fredonia, Independence, Sedan, Miami. Anything less than a mile is significantly reduced. That's what we've got. We also have it, of course, stretching into where those other fog advisories are around Mount Vernon, Cassville, stretching toward Anderson. But still, you want to slow down. Give yourself time to get where you're going this morning. If you're heading back to work, you're heading home, maybe you need to get home at a certain time, you're going to need to leave early or just plan to be a few minutes late because this is very dense fog and this is covering a very broad area. This isn't confined like it was yesterday to isolated patches. We're talking all of southeast Kansas and the majority of northeast Oklahoma blanketed in fog this morning. So just please slow down, be safe, be smart. On to the future track we go. Scattered showers, and this is a great example of scattered showers, not rain everywhere all at once, but we'll have that. Now, there is a severe threat well to our south and east in Arkansas and Louisiana, but that thunderstorm line does get up close enough along and south of I-44, could have a thunderstorm or two, but no severe weather for us. Sitting at 49 in Joplin, 46 in Pittsburgh, and across the area, temperatures cool, but not too bad. We've got low, mid, and upper 40s, and even some low 50s as you head a little further to the south. Highs today heading for the upper 50s for most of us, with these scattered showers and cloudy skies continuing. We'll have southeast winds at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. Rain chances do continue for a little while longer. We'll talk about that, the weekend forecast, and how 2025 is shaping up here in just a few more minutes. Samantha?
Thanks, Chris. It's a moment that created an everlasting memory in the Kansas City area. A video of a Clay County Sheriff's Office Sergeant Randy Miller spreading Christmas spirit has gone viral. Former KOAM multimedia journalist Fernanda Silva reports from Kansas City.
Who haven't we found this morning? Elf. Yeah, where is he?
Like every morning since the beginning of December, Max was wanted.
Is he under your bed?
No, he's not here. Is he in the bathroom?
He's not in there? What about Brittany's room?
No!
At the beginning of the week, Wyatt and Bryn Askridge found out Max was in trouble.
I got a call out here today about a elf running around causing some mischief in the area. Do you guys have an elf?
Yes.
Can you tell me how big he is?
He's like 45.
Is he?
I heard Max got in trouble the other day that the police had to come here.
He was feeding some reindeers. They were very hungry.
Wyatt used a powerful strategy to bail out his friend, showing his cuteness.
He was running around feeding some reindeer down there.
That was very nice of him.
Wyatt helped his buddy out, and they're little partners in crime, it seems.
Wyatt's mom, Taylor Askridge, posted the interaction between her kids and Sergeant Ren Miller from the Clay County Sheriff's Office on social media. The video now has more than 15 million views.
It's worth all the Christmas memories and the magic he's brought to our house.
On Christmas Eve, Max brought another surprise to the Askridge family.
Holy you. Whoa, what happened up here?
I don't know.
What happened?
How do you think he did it? He's so tiny.
It's a Christmas magic that creates everlasting memories.
It's priceless. It's the best thing ever.
The Dallas County Jail did its best to keep Santa Claus on Tuesday night. The jail's website lists Ethan Toothstain Grinch of Whoville as one of its newest inmates. The Grinch, of course, was arrested for stealing Christmas presents. He was booked into jail Tuesday morning along with his dog, Max. The Dallas County Sheriff's Office made the announcement on their Facebook page. That's a look at our top stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. At least 30 people are dead after an Azkaban airline passenger plane crashes in Kazakhstan. Plus, Russia attacked Ukraine's energy system on Christmas. We'll have the latest. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. Topping World Watch, the famed Notre Dame Cathedral celebrated Christmas Eve Mass Tuesday for the first time in 5 years after it was nearly destroyed by a fire. The 12th century Paris landmark holding 4 different masses, the first 2 of the day drawing 2,000 people each. Many others waiting in long lines in an attempt to attend Mass. These American tourists reveling in the beauty of the newly restored cathedral. Almost $1 billion were given in donations from across the globe to help rebuild the church following the 2019 fire. A possible bird strike on a passenger plane leads to a crash in Kazakhstan, the city of Aktu, with some passengers surviving. Authorities say Azerbaijan, an airline's Embraer 190 jet crashed on Wednesday. At least 67 people were on board the plane. Rescuers say at least 30 people are dead and at least 20 others survived the crash. The plane was originally scheduled to travel from Azerbaijan capital of Baku, the Russian city of Grozny in the North Caucasus region. A Russian civil aviation authority says preliminary information suggests the pilot chose to divert to Aktu after a bird strike on the aircraft led to an emergency situation. Azerbaijan officials and airline officials have gone to investigate the scene. After nearly 3 years of heavy battles and mass strikes, Russia's full-scale war against Ukraine continues, the latest attack coming Christmas Day. Asya Husni is in Washington with the latest.
Ukrainian soldiers on the front lines firing back Christmas Day, hitting the Russian town of Lvov in the Kursk region. This after Russia attacked Ukraine's energy system with cruise and ballistic missiles Wednesday, wounding at least 6 people and killing 1. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky responding, saying Russia made a, quote, conscious choice to launch attacks on Christmas, calling the move inhumane.
I do think it's inhuman to choose this particular day, but that's not
unusual for Vladimir Putin.
In Ukraine's capital city of Kyiv, air raid alerts lasting nearly 3 hours did not stop believers from attending Christmas morning mass. At the Vatican, Pope Francis, in his annual Christmas address, urging for peace in Ukraine and Gaza.
May the sound of arms be silenced in war-torn Ukraine. May there be boldness needed to open the door to negotiation.
In the meantime, President-elect Donald Trump's choice for special envoy to Ukraine and Russia, slamming Russia's Christmas Day attack, posting on social platform X, quote, "Christmas should be a time of peace, yet Ukraine was brutally attacked on Christmas Day. Launching large-scale missile and drone attacks on the day of the Lord's birth is wrong. The world is closely watching actions on both sides. The U.S. is more resolved than ever to bring peace to the region." President-elect Donald Trump vowed on the campaign trail to end the war in Eastern Europe on day one. Inauguration Day is now just 26 days away.
That's a look at some of your biggest headlines from around the world. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. 5:44 now on this Thursday morning, and we've got dense fog advisories across the area. In Missouri, they run through 9 a.m. Benton County and into northeast Oklahoma, they run until 10, and the ones in southeast Kansas will continue through noon today. And here's a look at the fog tracker. Take a look really along and to the west of the 69 corridors where the densest fog is. Significantly reduced visibility, so it's anything less than a mile in Fort Scott, Iola, Chanute, Yates Center, Fredonia, Independence, and Sedan. We've seen some improvement in Miami. They were down, you guys were down to just under a mile. Now you're just under 2 miles of visibility, and we do have some dense fog still stretching into parts of Berry and Lawrence County. We've really got fog across the region, but as you can see, the densest fog stretching from Kansas down into Oklahoma. So if you're leaving today to go home, maybe you're going back to work today, slow down. Low beams, not your high beams. Fog lights if you have them, and give yourself time to get where you're going. Or, you know, again, it's better to arrive a few minutes late than not arrive at all. Now, outside of the fog, we have very isolated showers. We have a lot of drizzle, too. And drizzle is not going to show up on the Skywatch Storm Tracker. It's not dense enough for radar to pick up on it. But we do have some showers now around the Stockton area, just to the east and southeast of El Dorado Springs. We got a little sprinkle on the north side of Lamar. We've got another one out here by Arcadia. Not much in terms of what's showing up on radar. Back into Kansas, again, we've kind of cleared out for the time being, but more showers on the way coming in from Oklahoma. We have some down by Claremore to the southeast of Oolaga, and then you go up the Will Rogers Turnpike, a few isolated showers between Veneta and Miami, right along parts of 60 and 59. These showers will continue to lift off to the north and east, and we'll see additional showers. They're not impressive at this point, but the feature track does show that we'll start to see a few more of them as we go later into the morning and the afternoon. Now, they're still going to be scattered. So, again, that's that situation where you're getting rain, but your neighbor isn't. And I don't mean your immediate neighbor, but you know, the guy down the road may not be getting rain and you are, and vice versa. Now, rain coverage will increase a bit as we head later into the evening and overnight hours, at least briefly. And then later today, really along into the south of I-44, could get a thunderstorm or two. Not expecting anything significant. As I mentioned earlier, there is a severe threat, but it is confined off to our southeast across parts of Arkansas and Louisiana. But we're right, this zone right through here is right on the edge of the thunderstorm line, just saying it could be a rumble of thunder or two. This rain clears out, though, by early tomorrow morning, and our Friday, much like it's been lately, very cloudy, very dreary looking. Temperature's not too bad. And then as we head into Friday afternoon and evening, we'll get another round of a few showers out there, isolated to widely scattered showers. Then we dry out again Saturday morning. We'll spend Saturday, the majority of the day, mostly cloudy. As we head into the afternoon, we are looking at least at the possibility of a few additional scattered showers and thunderstorms, again, right along the I-44 corridor as this boundary pushes through. So again, no severe weather Saturday either, but a few additional showers and storms will be possible. In Joplin, not like yesterday, it's looking a little clear. Visibility is about 5 miles. We're sitting at 49 with calm winds out there. Temperatures this morning, another 5 to 8 degree range in temperatures. We've got low mid 40s, and we get mid upper 40s, and we're getting right around 50 as you head a little farther to the south. Quick look, here we go. Through the morning, fog, showers, that will continue. Now, unlike the last few days, temperatures don't just hold steady, they actually do a little warming. Low 50s by 11 a.m. That's ahead of highs for most of us today. Heading into the upper 50s, winds out of the southeast 5 to 10. Of course, we'll have those scattered showers. Those will continue through the evening. Because of the clouds, though, temperatures will fall back slowly, and we're eventually back into the upper 40s as we go into the overnight. Then we head into the weekend, so we've got those rain chances. Not bad otherwise. Temperatures quite mild. A nice Monday. Now, things have already changed on the extended forecast as we head into 2025. Saying clear skies, but cold. However, some long-range data, there's a lot of disagreement. That's what happens in the wintertime. Is suggesting we could have some thunderstorms, maybe some wintry weather. Some of the long-range data is what you're seeing here, suggesting it's going to be just fine, but cold. So we'll keep an eye on all that for you, and of course, we'll keep you updated as we get closer to 2025. Let's check your forecast. We're back with more right after this.
One of the year's biggest hits can now be enjoyed from home, and a hit Netflix series reaches its ends. Rick Damagella has more in the Hollywood Minute.
I will never be your instrument in this life or the next.
Gladiator comes home. Gladiator 2 is now available to watch from the comfort of your couch this holiday season. The action-packed sequel can now be purchased or rented on digital platforms, along with a wealth of behind-the-scenes bonus content.
This may be the end, but Cobra Kai never dies.
Cobra Kai comes to a close. Netflix revealed the release date of the final episodes of the hit martial arts series. The conclusion of the Karate Kid spin-off's 6th season arrives on the streamer on February 13th.
But we're trying to give the audience an experience. We're trying to really entertain and engage, in a meaningful way.
Christopher Nolan chooses his next experience. The director will next helm an adaptation of Homer's The Odyssey. Matt Damon is set to star in the epic film, which is scheduled to hit theaters in July 2026. In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damagella.
A real-life elf on the shelf is taking over one North Carolina town, and a local business in Baltimore is able to stay open thanks to a big Christmas gift. Here's Jen Sullivan with Take a Look at This.
You better watch out, you better not cry, because a real-life elf is watching you in Troutman, North Carolina. Meet Dale. He works for the town's Parks and Recreation Department. His boss came up with the fun idea, and Dale was up for the challenge. He's appeared in more than a dozen places around town.
Oh, they loved it. They're honking and hooting and screaming, and I think the adults like it probably more than the kids do, actually.
If you like cheesy stories, this one's for you. It's a Christmas miracle for one pizza joint in Baltimore. Dave Portnoy, the guy who runs Barstool Sports, is also famous for his pizza reviews. He recently traveled to Tiny Brick Oven in Baltimore to try their pizza.
I really like it.
The good news is he loved their pizza. The bad news is the workers told him the joint has to close their doors because they don't have a liquor license. Well, Dave couldn't accept that.
There's no way this place should be going out of business. None.
So he offered to help out.
We could probably get our liquor license and continue to stay open if we had 60,000. Would that be
done?
Done?
Done.
Oh my God!
He posted the whole exchange on his X account. Early Christmas present for these folks, as they'll likely be able to stay open now. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jen Sullivan.
I feel like if I saw a real-life elf on the shelf, that would definitely help get me into the holiday spirit. Well, we'll be right back. Some Santas with flashing lights and badges in California. They turn traffic pullovers into surprise holiday cheer. Fullerton, California police stopped motorists during the holidays who, in some cases, may have some traffic infractions going on. But instead of handing out a ticket, motorists got a friendly chat about traffic safety and a $10 gift card. The cards came from a recent donation of 150 $10 Starbucks gift cards from the Fullerton Police and Community Foundation. Christmas Day has come and gone, but the celebration continues. And this celebration calls specifically for something you may have received in your stocking. Today is National Candy Cane Day. It is observed every year on December 26th. It's not entirely clear exactly when candy canes came into existence, but according to one source, references to the peppermint-flavored treats started popping up in literature in 1866. Candy canes were first associated with Christmas as early as 1874 and started hanging on Christmas trees as early as 1882.
Well, this one I think fell off of a Christmas tree because it's still wrapped, but it's kind of broken. But it also makes an excellent pointing device. You gotta find what's your favorite kind of candy cane. I mean, peppermint ones like this, these are traditional. But they've got those fruit flavored ones and stuff too, like with the red and blue and yellow stripes. And they've got the green and red. Those ones are really good too.
Yes.
There's a lot of good candy cane choices. Well, whatever you do, get out, because there's going to be a lot of candy canes on Christmas clearance at the stores. Maybe that's why you should brave the stores today, because they're going to have these on clearance. It's going to be rainy, so it's a good day to enjoy some nice, tasty candy canes by the fireplace. Doesn't need to be too hot, but showers, fog through the morning. We're going to go into the low 50s by about 11 o'clock this morning. Highs today, eventually for all of us, into the upper 50s. We'll have those southeast winds at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. Into the evening we go, still dealing with scattered showers. Temperatures falling slowly, eventually back into the upper 40s out there. Rain chances again tomorrow evening into Saturday early morning. Then again, late Saturday into early Sunday. Our weekend looking pretty fantastic. Monday looks good. I will keep an eye on next week's weather. Right now, we're looking to be dry as we kick off 2025, but as you know, things can change in a heartbeat here in the 4 states. Let's check your forecast. We're back with more right after this.